In this question, they have given f of x and g of x as two functions. F of x is given as modulus of 2x minus 1 plus modulus of 2x plus 1, whereas g of x is given as a fractional part of x, and they have given the domain of these two functions as -1 to 1, right? So, and they're talking about the number of discontinuous and non-differentiable points of f of g of x. So first, let's make f of g of x, then we are going to do the interpretation, right? So when we want to write f of g of x here, so few things that we have to keep in mind, as g of x is going to be a fractional part of x, and we know some properties of fractional part of x. So the value of fractional part of x is going to be always between 0 to 1. And again, we are solving the question only between -1 to 1, right? And we know the graph of fractional part of x between -1 to 1. So we are going to have this as the graph of fractional part of x. From -1 to 0, we'll be having graph something like this, and from 0 to 1, we'll be having graph something like this. So one thing that we can directly say when we are writing this one as f of g of x, that is nothing but f of fractional part of x. So if you see, the behavior of the fractional part from 0 to 1 is exactly same as behavior between -1 to 0, right? When we are taking -1 to 0, when we are taking the x values, okay? So the behavior is going to be same. So when you take x from -1 to 0, right? And when you take x from 0 to 1, the behavior of the fractional part of x is going to remain same. And when the behavior of this one is going to remain same, obviously f of fractional part of x behavior will also remain same. So when I say behavior here, I mean to say the graph. So that means to solve this question, we don't need to solve from -1 to 1. We can only solve between 0 to 1. And then the graph from -1 to 0 is going to be exactly the copy of the graph between 0 to 1, because of how the right input of f is behaving, because the input of f is going to be fractional part of x when we are going for the composite function here. So keep this thing in mind. And the second thing that we have here, 0 less than or equal to fractional part of x less than 1, that we already know the property. And the third thing that we have to see here, when the value of x is between 0 to 1, right? When the value of x is going to be between 0 to 1, we know this property also, the value of fractional part of x is going to be equal to x. Okay, so these are some things that we need to solve this question, because the question is purely based on the properties of fractional part of x only. So the first thing that I'm saying here, now fractional part of x will become x when x is between 0 to 1, including 0 also, right? At x equal to 0 also you can club, or you can write open 0 to 1, it doesn't matter. Okay, and the second thing that we have here, fractional part of x value is going to be always between 0 and 1 only, as the behavior of this graph is going to be same between 0 to 1 and -1 to 0. The behavior of the graph of f of fractional part of x is also going to remain same between -1 to 0 and 0 to 1. So we are going to interpret what will happen to this composite function between 0 to 1 only. Then we are going to copy the exactly the same graph for the -1 to 0, because the behavior is going to be exactly same. Okay, right. So now let's move on to finding out this composite function, then we'll do the further interpretations. Okay, so they have given f of x as modulus of 2x minus 1 plus modulus of 2x plus 1, and g of x is given as fractional part of x. Now, if I write the composite function f of g of x, we are going to get this one as modulus of 2 times fractional part of x minus 1 plus 2 times fractional part of x plus 1. So one thing that you can directly see here, this will become 2 times of fractional part of x minus 1 of mod. And but for this one, we don't have to use the mod, because the value of fractional part of x is always positive. So this value is going to be always positive. So I can simply write this one as 2 times of fractional part of x plus 1. Okay. So now I'm going to break this one, as we have another mod here. So we try to get rid of this modulus by again interpreting further. So where we have to break this one. So when this fractional part of x value is going to be less than 1 by 2, so this will become negative. So I'm going to break it at 1 by 2. So here this is going to be negative. So that will become 1 minus 2 times of the fractional part of x. But the second term will remain same. That will be 2 times of the fractional part of x plus 1. So this one is going to come as 2 when x is less than 1 by 2. But we already know we are solving the question only between 0 to this one. Sorry, this is fractional part of x. Okay, so 0 less than or equal to fractional part of x less than 1 by 2. Okay, so that is what we are interpreting here. So now what happens if the fractional part of x value is going to be bigger than 1 by 2? this value is going to be greater than or equal to 1 by 2. And again, we know the value of this one will be always smaller than 1. So in that case, this is going to be positive. So here we are going to get 2 times of fractional part of x minus 1, and the second one will remain same, 2 times of fractional part of x plus 1. So here we are going to get this one as 4 times of fractional part of x, right? So on simplification, by breaking it 1 by 2, and why we are breaking it 1 by 2? Because the property of this modulus changes at 1 by 2. So we are breaking it 1 by 2, and we got this one as your composite function. Okay, so let's see further what we can do with this. So we got f of g of x is going to be equal to 2 when 0 less than or equal to fractional part of x less than 1 by 2. And we got this one as 4 times the fractional part of x when 1 by 2 less than or equal to fractional part of x less than 1. But in the beginning, we have discussed one property, right? Fractional part of x is going to be equal to x when we are talking x belongs to 0 to 1. So I can replace this fractional part of x with x pretty directly. So we are going to get your f of x g of x function as 2 when 0 less than or equal to x less than 1 by 2. And this is going to be simply 4x when 1 by 2 less than or equal to x less than 1. So ultimately, this is what the composite function of f of g of x is going to come when we are talking about x between 0 to 1. And in the beginning, I have already told minus 1 to 0 graph, we don't have to do separate interpretation there, because as the behavior is going to be same, if we can draw the graph between 0 to 1, we can easily draw the graph between minus 1 to 0. Okay, so let's proceed and draw the graph of this. So what we have here, f of g of x is going to be equal to 2 when 0 less than or equal to x less than half, and this is 4x when 1 by 2 less than or equal to x less than 1. So let's try to draw the graph of this. So this one is going to be 0. So here we have 1 by 2 and here we have 1. And similarly, we are taking minus 1 by 2 and minus 1 points here. So let's say this is the point 2. So between 0 to 1 by 2, we have to get the graph as 2 so that we can directly see here. So between 0 and 1 by 2, we are going to get the graph as 2. So till this point we got, that will be 2. And between 1 by 2 to 1, between 1 by 2 to 1, we have to get the graph as 4x. So if you draw the graph of 4x, we are going to get something like this. Okay, so this will go till 4. When x equal to 1, this will go till 4, right? So that is what we will be getting here, right? So this is the graph that we got between 0 to 1 by 2. So now we know how to draw the graph for the second part of this. So what are we going to get? So at minus 1, so exactly the same graph that we have to draw here. So at minus 1, we are going to get this point till minus 1 by 2. And then from minus 1 by 2 to 0, we are going to get the graph which will go till 4 here. Okay, so this is what we are going to get. The graph is going to be. So here I kept this one as open because our actual domain of f of g of x is going to be from minus 1 to 1. So that is why we are keeping this one as the open here. So now from the graph that you can directly see, so these points are closed here and this point is open, this point is open, and this point is open. So we are doing interpretation only from minus 1 to 1. So now here directly you can see how many points are there. See, this is the point where it is going to be non-differentiable. At this point, it is going to be non-differentiable, and also at x equal to 0, it is non-differentiable. So that you can directly see now. So f of g of x is going to be non-differentiable at x equal to 0, at x equal to minus half, and at x equal to plus half, right? As we got the corners here, and it is continuous at this point, and it is going to be not continuous, that is going to be discontinuous at x equal to 0, right? X equal to 0, it is going to be discontinuous. Okay, so that is what they have given here. So they are saying the number of points. So C is going to be the number of points where it is going to become discontinuous. So the value of C is going to come as 1 here, and here the value of D is going to come as 3, because the number of points where it will become non-differentiable is 3. The number of points it will become discontinuous is 1. And in the question they're asking what is the value of C plus D, so which is going to come as 4. So for this question, answer is going to be 4. But here you can see everything is going to be the basic interpretation from the functions, which will give you the answer for this question as 4, right? As we got 1 point of discontinuity and 3 points of non-differentiability.